Let's switch back to both of our techies, Kunal as well as Rajesh. Rajesh, let me start with you. Firstly, very good morning. Give us a sense on the index. What levels are you looking out for? There's obviously some bit of pressure creeping in. We're speaking with Kunal earlier. He said 23,800 to 24,200 could well become the range again if at all things move the way they are. Give us your sense.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Harsh. Good morning, everyone. So, looking at the supply pressure at a higher level and the call concentration, which is piled up at 24, 500, 600 strike, is clearly giving some sign that, Nifty is still, likely to consolidate further. We have seen, since last couple of days, there is a pressure at higher level and gradually Nifty is sliding lower, and the previous day Nifty broke 24,500 put-based concentration on a closing basis. So 24,550 to 24,650 would be a major supply zone at this juncture until Nifty not able to take out 24,650. I think whatever pullback which we are seeing on a near-term perspective will attract supply pressure at higher side. On the downside, the crucial support is placed at 24,400. If at all Nifty breaks below 24,400, then we may see some, liquidation in the Nifty, and then maybe Nifty can slide further to 24,300, even 24,250 kind of zone also in the continuation of this profit taking. So 24,400, one needs to keep a close eye. If it's break, then maybe another 100, 150 point correction we may see in the near term perspective. Bank Nifty is showing sign of weakness at a higher level. Again, the similar structure 58,000 is acting as a steep resistance, not able to take out in the multiple attempt. Now Bank Nifty is testing back its important support area of 57,200, 57,000, which is very important and crucial for near-term setup. If it's break below 57,000 level, then we could see more liquidation in the banking stocks, and then Bank Nifty can slide further. So 24,400 on a Nifty and 57,000 for Bank Nifty. These two levels are very important for near-term trend. If we able to sustain above this level, I think stock specific action and sector specific action which is going on, that will continue. But if it's break these level, then I think we may see some more pressure in stocks where continuity of uptrend is also there. So one needs to be cautious for these two levels.
Plenty of buzzers already. Before I come to that, Rajesh, give us the sector tilt that you're expecting. You gave us a bit of color on banks. But there are other sectors as well, and there's plenty of sector churn playing out. Give us your sense. What will lead over the next week or so?
So, Harsh, we believe that, pharma and automobile, these two sectors may continue further. So, at this juncture, automobile is looking quite attractive. Be it two-wheeler, four-wheeler, both space are, showing sign of strength. So I think from automobile space, one can focus on for near-term trading perspective. Hero Motor, Bajaj Auto, these two stocks we like at this juncture. And from four-wheeler space, I think one can focus on Mahindra and Mahindra also. So these three stocks is looking attractive at this juncture. So one can focus on automobile at this juncture, and this space may continue further.
Kunal, I'm going to come straight back to you. Give us your sense on pharma, because the kind of moves that we saw on individual names within the pharma basket were quite strong, continues to be strong. In fact, I was looking at Divi's. Divi's is now at 8,500. I mean, not so long ago was sitting at 7,000. You've seen a strong run up. Can this continue?
Yeah, I think for a few stocks, yes, it should. Because I think, Divi's Lab, look at Laurus Labs, I think these stocks have done phenomenally well in the last 3 months broadly. Divi's Lab, I think, has recovered more than 20%. And you don't see this pharma stocks, showing this kind of a return in a short span of time. Because when you look at this prior, Divi's Lab for the prior 3 months, the month of, I think, March, April, May, or May, April, June, approximately, the stock was stuck into a band around 6,500 levels. So for, many of the stocks, it's been a spectacular last 2-3 months. And I would sense that these stocks are the ones where traders should concentrate upon, because the trends are very strong. Divi's Lab is one of them. You look at Laurus Lab, that's another stock. There are other emerging names which are also looking attractive on the longer term charts. The likes of Sun Pharma emerging to come out of a major breakout and a consolidation. over the last many years. Biocon, I think, has been stuck at the 400 levels. That's looking attractive. There are traces of bullish volume buying, which has happened for names like Cipla over the last few days. So I think there are few of these names which are looking quite promising, but then there are the ones which have been doing very well. And a short-term trader who's a momentum trader should try and capitalize on the second part.
Your favorites from within pharma and auto, Rajesh, very quickly.
So for pharma, yes, Divi's Lab, we hold bullish view and we believe that, despite stock is at all-time high trajectory, it may continue further. And another stock where we are focusing is Glenmark is also looking attractive. And after earnings, now stock has absorbed most of the supply pressure and attempting to cross its immediate resistance area of 2300. So any breakout in Glenmark above 2300 can attract more buying action, and then 2400 to 2450 would be the positional target for Glenmark. To buy and accumulate would be the strategy on the downside. 2230 needs to keep as a stop loss. And from automobile space, I think one can continue with the Hero Motor, and we believe that this stock has potential to extend gain towards 6100 to 6200. So buy and accumulate would be the strategy till stock is trading above 5650 level.
I wonder how you're looking at some of the buzzers of the last few days, especially in defense, Kunal. Bharat Forge being one of them. What's the view there on charts?
Yeah, and the stock went through a phase of a decent correction over the last couple of days. But broadly, when you look at this previous breakout for Bharat Forge, the breakout level was around 1900, 1950 mark for the stock price. Then it moved up almost 10-15% higher from those levels in a very slow, gradual, and a consistent manner. And now the stock is back again to that initial breakout point around 1950, 2000 levels broadly. So it's like a mean retracement or a reversion which is completed for the stock price. Closer to 2000 is where I would believe that the risk reward could be attractive. So maybe for someone who's looking at a buy for Bharat Forge, I would look at another 2% drop into the stock price. That could be a good level where one could look at a buy. But largely on the defense pack as such, I would sense that there are strong signs of bullish price action, volume, trader participation coming back. You look at the recovery which has happened into the likes of HAL. You look at the recovery from the recent lows for stock like BEL, Mazagon Dock, etc. That tells you that the trader participation is coming back into the defense names.
Okay. Godrej Consumer seems like the casualty of the day, at least at this point of time. We'll have to wait and watch as to how things pan out. Do you have a view there, Rajesh, on consumption and Godrej Consumer in particular? 10% lower is what the pre-market rates are indicating.
So there was a breakdown in last couple of days from their important support area on the near term, short term chart. Even if we analyze on the weekly chart, stock has already broken its upsloping trendline support area on a weekly chart. So looking at the structure, there is a breakdown, and maybe stock can slide further to retest its previous swing low of almost 975. That's the immediate level which comes on the near term chart. If it breaks below 975, I think maybe stock can slide further, as it's very important and crucial for this correction. So below 975, the next target on the lower side would be around 940. Stock structure has turned weak, and we believe that furthermore liquidation is likely to be there in Godrej Consumer. So I think one should avoid at this juncture. Let the supply pressure to settle down. Maybe we could see further lower prices. So I think some buying interest is there in the metal space, and I think Hindalco is coming in my mind, as there is a breakout on the near-term, short-term chart, and the kind of strength stock is witnessing on a weekly chart. This is third consecutive week where stock is making higher high-low formation. So I think Hindalco can lead further, and 1120 to 1140 would be the next positional target for Hindalco. So buy and accumulate would be the strategy with stop loss of 1050. And another stock where we are focusing is Eternal. Here also there is a continuity of uptrend. After a brief corrective move, again stock has attracted buying interest from the lower level. And looking at the strength on the daily, weekly time frame, we believe that stock may extend gain towards 325 to 330. So Eternal is also buy with stop loss of 312.
Eternal is that second stock, and 330 being the target price. Rajesh, thank you so much for coming in and speaking to us this morning, giving the viewers a perspective, and those are his top